Hey everybody, it's Audra Stevens and you're live with Audra, and I have such an awesome guest in my office today. My studio. I always say that wrong because I'm looking at the office, but it's in the studio. So but I have such an awesome guest today. She is a very good friend of mine. We go way back. If you ever go to my old Facebook, you'll see one of our, what were we just saying? We were made a little
on COVID video.
Yeah, we made a COVID video like everybody else. We were so bored, we didn't know what to do, and we were like, should we just talk about what the hell's going on? And we had no idea.
Yeah, it was like our first video together. We were like all COVIDed out with our t-shirt, and
yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
And here we are, 4 years later?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a while.
But we did know each other before then. I've known you for how long have I known you for?
Well, should I tell them about when we met in Keller Williams?
Okay. Yeah. Because I was like, I don't know what she was gonna say. So let's put it this way. So Rochanna and I, when we met, okay, we hit it off, and she's gonna tell you the story. But we've been friends for a really long time, and we were really good friends. So basically, we have a lot of stories. So when she's like, should I tell them about the and I'm like, wait a minute, whoa.
No. It's pretty basic. No.
Okay,
it's
so about the first time that we met.
Yes.
Okay.
No, it was actually a really good good meeting. I met you, and you were at that time working in the Keller Williams office. You had an office there for doing loans for the agents.
That's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then I was in the kitchen getting coffee, and I saw you, and you were like, I think you asked me where my dress was from or something, and I was like, oh, you're pretty, and you were like, yeah, we should go to lunch.
I'm like, yeah, I am pretty. Yeah, you want to go to lunch?
Yeah, so pretty much to that effect. It was a long time ago.
I'm pretty sure I was like, no, you're pretty.
We were younger.
Yeah, we were complimenting each other, and then we hit it off.
Yeah, you're like, you're pretty, I'm pretty. Let's be friends. Okay.
That's how it works, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
So no, we've been very good friends, and you're here today because you are a good friend of mine, and you're also here because you are an agent that does something different that nobody else does. Okay,
right.
I mean, I know I've heard other people doing it, but I've never known an actual agent that does it, and definitely one that doesn't do it as well as you do. And I'm just, so you are the queen of owner carries. So seriously, the queen of owner carries is here in the studio today, guys. Not only is she beautiful, but she's very smart too. So tell us about owner carries. Tell me everything. I want to hear everything. Tell me where to start. What kind of customer would be the person to actually call you?
Yeah. So we actually live in a city it kind of is popular, in the city because we have a lot of tip earners, cash-based businesses, and a lot of people relocating, and they have to sell other properties, like say in California. And so, they need a couple years until the more favorable financing would be available. It's become really popular in this current market, being that there's not a lot of, good financing out there. And so I've been recently able to get as low as 4% interest rate for some of my clients.
That's incredible. So an owner carries, so basically the owner who owns a house, he decides to keep the house the home loan in his name, right?
Yes. Well, it could be, the best, most cleanest way to do it is if there's no loan at all.
So people that own their houses free and clear are the perfect candidates for owner carries.
Yes, and actually those people can actually really capitalize on the equity they have because they have more equity, and the interest that they make can end up getting them substantially, a lot more for their house, especially if you're carrying a big balance, you're making more interest.
Right. So if you have no mortgage on the house, let's say you were at least paying let's say 5%, just for easy math. You're paying 5%, but if you had the ability to pay it off right now, then, or let's just say it was free and clear, there's no percentage, and the money it's just sitting in there. It's kind of in a moratorium of money, right? Because unless you actually get it out, then it's in the house, right?
Right, and so it's a great, an investment strategy. It's better than having a rental property for rental income because somebody puts a good amount of money down, and you have somebody that has an ownership interest in the property. Mm-hmm. And so it's really, to me, it's been very successful for a lot of investors. For me personally, I've been the buyer, I've been the seller on it.
Yeah.
And I really just go to have a win-win situation for both people. The seller gets to make, a good amount of interest, and a lot of times price is not something you can charge a little bit of a premium. It doesn't have
Yeah,
to
you
be
can.
within, a little bit, nothing crazy. But because like I said, we want it to be like a win-win.
Yeah.
And I want, the interest rate can be competitive with market rates, but it needs to be affordable for the buyer too, and I really strive to set up a very seamless transaction where, it's affordable for the buyer. They have an exit strategy. They've already spoke with my lender.
Yeah.
And then I also use a loan servicing company. So especially in the circumstances where there is an existing loan balance, the servicing company is sure to pay that along with sending the seller a check each month. And they service the loan.
And that's what's so, like, that's why you're the queen of, owner carries, because nobody really, I shouldn't say nobody, but a lot of people do not understand all that you just said. Like, it's so complicated. It's so complex. It's so different. And it's just not traditional. And I think it's great that you have carved out such a niche in this market to where you are, you set yourself out. I mean, people know Rochanna Ghafouria, owner carry queen. They know that.
You know what? And I have to honestly, give credit to my mentor, my dad, who's the one who taught me how to do this.
Yeah.
He was doing it back in the day in like the early 90s. And I think he told me even there was a time where it became popular when the interest rates were like 17% or something. So
I would imagine. Yeah.
And being a young agent, like I love doing these deals because I could close an owner carry deal in 10 days and get paid. So it's nice.
She's like, I'm going to go with the highest premium, fastest closing, no qualifying, blah, blah, blah. Impossible. I want my money.
That's when I was younger. I mean, now it's a little bit different, but like I just remember being in college and just like making the check, and then the next week I'm like, oh crap, I need another deal.
She's like, got to find another buyer.
Yeah, right. But,
hey, owner over there with no mortgage, you want to sell your house?
Hey, and you know what? Years later, people have made a lot of money with me, and they love it. Like,
yeah. So my last client, or one of my clients, they actually I told him that an owner carry agent is coming in here, and he's like, oh my gosh, have her call me. I have one. So that's agent doing business with agent. And he loved the fact that you were an owner carry. So I don't really know when an agent would, is there a way for another agent to then call you after? It's like, I guess that would be if the person that they were couldn't get qualified, that's when they're going to do owner carries.
Yeah. I mean, if someone for whatever reason gets their financing, denied, and they need another 6 months to a year, for whatever reason the reason may be, then an owner carry be a good option because they know at the end of that year that issue will be resolved. With some people like that haven't even filed their taxes in a couple years like this, gives them time to do that.
Right. Gives them a little bit more time to not file those taxes.
Right. Foreign nationals that need to establish residency. I mean, and just think about all the people that work on the Strip, all in the entertainment, hospitality industry, even the adult industry. Like, people are cash earners, and, it's sometimes they need some time, like I said, to file their tax returns, and there might be a little,
right. And they could buy a house in the meantime as an owner carry, and then when that 2-year mark or whatever it took them to get all their stuff finally done, then they can actually go qualify for a home loan, and they could buy like a DSCR or a non-owner occupied, or second home in a different state, because now they'll be able to use government funding, right? Whereas before but they can still buy with owner carry.
They just get their ducks in a row. Sometimes lately I've been getting people 5 years because they're just kind of unsure about the market.
Yeah.
So not that they wouldn't be ready, but just they want to see.
5 is nice.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a long time to get it together.
The most recent best deal I did was in Pulte New Construction, Summerlin, in Red Point in Summerlin for $1.6 million. The house was just like completely basic, no yard, nothing. And the guy that had bought it got relocated to another state, and just needed to sell it like right away. So I came in with a buyer who put 10% down, and we negotiated a 4% interest rate for 5 years.
I can't even believe it. Like, bravo.
Thank you.
Seriously,
Yeah,
bravo.
I was proud of
are
that
you
one.
kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm proud of just listening to it, much less being a part of it. Like, that's a big deal.
And I'll give you like another example. Like, there's a high-rise tower here that everyone knows, Veer Towers.
Yeah.
And financing is impossible now there because of all the pending litigations that's going on. And it's stuff that will probably, get resolved. But until it does and financing's available, the sellers need to do an owner carry. And it'll benefit them because they'll get a price locked in on their property. Yeah. They'll be making money on it and not sitting around on the market waiting for a cash buyer for 12 months, because that's what I'm seeing.
Right. So basically, owner carry is just saying like, hey, if you can't get a loan traditionally, I'll give you the loan. Essentially,
for get your ducks in a row. You got a couple.
Yeah, you got 5 years to do it nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, just depends on the seller. Like every situation's going to be different.
But you're trying to negotiate the longest term, like at least 3 years, right? Or sometimes it's 24.
At least 3.
3 years.
At least 3. I mean, if I do a shorter term, then I am able to get like better financing. Better down, like other terms. So like I did a deal recently in Mira Villa in Summerlin for $1.2 million, and my client, she's only going to put down 5% because she's going to refinance it in a year, and she does have to put another 5% in like 6 months, like halfway through. Mm-hmm. But after that, it's just less than 10% down because she only wanted a year. And she got competitive market rate of 6%.
You lost me at one of the percentages. I don't know. You know your stuff, girl. This is what I love about this, girl. Like I don't just endorse anybody. You don't have to. You have to have a pulse. You have to have something worth endorsing, and you have to be brave enough to come on the show, which you were, and then you have to be. You have to be beautiful, but you check that box too.
Love you. Thank you.
Yeah, no, you definitely know your stuff, and I love that, and I'm so happy to have you on here because I think that this is. Not only are you my friend and I want you to come down here, but I'm happy that you're here to tell people about owner carries because I don't think a lot of people really understand that that's another option out there. So you got regular financing, you got cash, and you got owner carry.
Yeah, and I was really happy to have the opportunity because I've been meaning to create some kind of educational material, but this is even better. It's
well, you can come on here again.
I would love to.
Yeah, you could come on here again, and what we can do is we can encourage people to ask questions, or you could get a slew of questions that people would have, and we can answer them. I could ask, and
Absolutely.
You can answer.
I would love that.
So we could make it fun and informative.
Yeah,
fun and informative.
And it is. Just to get you guys excited, like I know of a couple units at Veer right now that you can probably get with like 30,000, 40,000 down.
Yeah. So you can get a high-rise condo.
No loan.
$30,000 down, assuming probably a pretty good interest rate, and then
that's a studio, but still, it's like 400,000. Top floor above the 20th floor. It's.
Call her for the details. She's got them all memorized. There's like literally nothing you don't know.
It's my life. I live this every day. I love what I do. So
that's what I've noticed about all the real estate agents that are coming in here. They all live, breathe, sleep, wake up, and they're just like eating real estate.
On the phone, talk. I had my niece and nephew over. Yeah, and it's funny because I had like a baby here, and I'm like on speakerphone trying to talk and sell real estate.
Oh my God, that's so great.
And I was like, it was cool. Like I'm always doing it. It's just part of my life,
Well, I love that, and it's actually, like you said, something you were born into. So that's just even more part of your life. Like you were born into that. So, so that's good. It is your whole life. You're an amazing force to be reckoned with.
Thank you.
Boss
Likewise.
babe, right here. Boss babe. Okay, and Rochanna Ghafouria, and how long you been an agent for?
So actually tomorrow I'm going for my 20-year alumni luncheon from LVR's giving.
Oh my gosh.
I know, and I'm like, I can't believe it's
I want to go.
Yeah.
I want to go and like take a picture of you or go there. I went last year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
with Greg Adamore. He gets
sure
one every year. Just kidding.
I don't know if you can get 20 years every year, but
no.
I was shocked because I like I said, I'm having fun. I just can't believe it's been, 20 years.
Yeah.
So.
Well, congratulations. What an accomplishment.
I know,
you worked so hard, 20 years in this industry, doing it all by herself. And no teams, just grinding all the time. Like you should be really proud of yourself.
Thank you.
You're
That
welcome.
feels awesome coming from you. Thank you so much. I have a lot of respect for you likewise. We've done a lot of business together.
Yeah.
I think we were a good team.
We were and we are.
Yes.
All right, we're going to end on that. Rochanna Ghafouria, owner, Carrie, queen. Call her if you need anything. Bye.
Bye.